Hello and welcome. The original motivation of these video presentations was alerting the community to the perils of fracking in the Shire of Dandaragan, along with exposing the criminal scam of water fluoridation, which ultimately led to much else besides. I undertook this activity because dishonest mainstream media exclusively purvey scripted propaganda and calculated deceit. Once you perceive the dark underbelly of incurably corrupt government, the ever-widening scope of deeply entrenched malfeasance of public office becomes glaringly obvious. The purpose of fracking has nothing to do with energy provision, but is solely for the purpose of poisoning all water reserves and to pollute productive soil and the air. There's a malevolently dark force undermining society, which it does through the evil tentacles of government, the military, and police. I began this video channel focusing on fracking, but ultimately couldn't ignore the many other crimes against humanity ramping up at every turn. A key difficulty in presenting this material is the deeply ingrained belief, the willful ignorance, that government could ever commit such heinous crimes. This terminally crippled belief still prevails, even though the most cursory investigation exposes all forms of civil administration as criminal corporations masquerading as governments. For example, the Dandaragan Shire Council were repeatedly presented with incontestable proof of harm, abundant witness testimony, countless case histories of irreversible environmental catastrophe, critical presentations from preeminent health officials, all underscored by independent regional township surveys overwhelmingly rejecting fracking. Unbelievably, the Dandaragan Council refused to accede to the ongoing community demands to reject fracking as council policy. They did this despite having no lawful remit to countermand a non-negotiable community directive. All they did do was to pay feeble lip service to serious and deeply held community concerns. The same unlawful obstruction issued from the divide and rule two-party tyranny of state government, wherein no amount of incontrovertible evidence or public demands to cease and desist can dissuade these grovelling shills from their mission of full-spectrum ecocide. The March 2017 WA ALP election success directly resulted from a clear mandate to impose a fracking moratorium. Sadly, this administration is already using slippery doublespeak to sidestep their pivotal election commitment while endeavouring to sneak in fracking under the euphemistic guise of mining exploration. Government intransigence of unlawfully ignoring community demands to ban fracking is entirely unacceptable. Dismissively acknowledging that the community has strong anti-fracking views cunningly trivialises and avoids ever-mounting public insistence to enforce a permanent ban. The overwhelmingly anti-fracking electorate bolsters expanding resistance while global communities universally condemn the hateful ecocide of fracking. Irrefutable evidence asserts this deliberately ruinous eco-terrorism must be criminalised. Extensively surveyed WA communities resolutely deny the criminal insanity of fracking social licence and explicitly direct government to cease and desist all exploration and prohibit lethally toxic mining operations. Moratoriums are hopelessly inadequate. Banning fracking is not a request, but a non-negotiable instruction from we the people, being constitutionally empowered as the foundation of all government and law. This instruction is issued to government as public servants who are lawfully constrained and constitutionally compelled to comply. Authority invested in government derives exclusively via the consent of the governed. But the treasonous sycophants posing as community representatives ride roughshod over all legal constraints and lawful tenets. It's what they do, and it's what they'll continue to do all the while they're allowed to get away with it. Now, this material I've presented before, primarily to expose the unspeakable evil snaking its tentacles into every aspect of daily life. I don't repeat these warnings here as fear porn, but I believe having this important information is more empowering than being unaware. Satanic, pedophile elites are deliberately destroying nature, and things are about to get significantly worse. Looking the other way and doing nothing is not an option. Thank you for watching.